What's the difference between record and recording and record? Got to listen to the pronunciation there. Very important. Record, recording, and record. I mean the verb and the noun. Okay. So you might think, oh, ing, that must mean it's some sort of verb, right? Because it's got ing. Well, let's not just jump to that immediately. Let's just go to record first, and then we'll go to recording, and then we'll go to record. Because this is a little more complex than it looks like immediately. A little bit more complicated. So, record, verb. Notice the way I say it. Record, record. If I say R-E-C-O-R-D as a noun, I'll say record, record. Why? Well, there's actually an interesting rule here. If you don't want to remember it, you don't have to remember it, but it is interesting. Generally, if you have a two-syllable word, 2 syllables. If you want to count syllables, all you do is you close your mouth and you say the word. For example, let's say the word penguin. Close your mouth and say penguin. How many did you do? 2. How about ballerina? Oh, okay. That's how many syllables it has. All right. So if you have a 2-syllable word and it's a noun or an adjective, it's usually going to stress the first syllable. If it's a verb, it's usually going to stress the second syllable. So, record, produce, compose, object, present. If it's a noun or an adjective, then we'll stress the other syllable, the first syllable. Record, object, produce, present, right? Ever notice that? Same spelling, different pronunciation based on the stress. Which syllable do you put the stress on? First or second, right? That's the difference. Okay, that's very important here because that allows us to distinguish with record and record if we're using the noun form or the verb form. The verb form is to do the action of recording. That's the action we're doing. What are you doing? I'm recording this. So recording can be a verb in this way, right? Recording something can be a verb in that way. We'll talk about how it's not a verb, but in that way it is. It's used as a verb, right? To write something down, to turn on some audio equipment, to maybe have a video going, to whatever you want, whatever, recording, putting something down for later use. Generally, we use the word record, okay? Especially for video and audio, and sometimes for written notes. Now, if we say recording, we could use it as a verb, but often recording is used as either a noun or an adjective. You might think, huh? Recording is a noun? What? That's right. We would say, I made a recording. I made a recording. If you have a class with someone, right, and you turn on your phone's recording app, we'll talk about that meaning next, then you record it, and what do you have now? Do you have a record? Don't say that, because that's used for something else. We'll talk about that next. We say, I have a recording. A recording. So in that way, recording is a noun. So ing words can be nouns, and this is an example. A recording. I made a recording of our class. Do you need it? Yeah, please let me listen to it. Or can you send it to me? Yeah. All right. What about the adjective? Well, I said before, a recording app, a recording studio, recording equipment, right? So that's the adjective form because equipment is a noun. Studio is a noun. App is a noun. So the thing before a noun describes the noun. The thing before a noun describes a noun. If there's a word which describes a noun, what is it? It's an adjective, right? Okay, so recording equipment, noun, adjective, noun, okay? A recording, article, and then noun. All right, now what about record? Now, record is usually in a long list, and you're talking about data, information. We usually won't say for video and audio that we made a record. That's not usually how we use it, because for that, we'll usually use recording. Usually. I have, you could say video records, of, maybe. But generally speaking, we'll say recordings for sound and for video especially. But if you're talking about financial stuff, or if you're talking about documents, if you're talking about who came in and who went out and who worked here and who didn't work here and spreadsheets, right? All that stuff, we're probably going to use records. As a general word, we would say my records. My records are a mess. Or all my records got burned in the fire or something like that, okay? Records are things, and we use them to talk about data. However, another meaning of a record is a disc, which we also call a vinyl. It's black. We put it on a thing called a turntable, or a phonograph, or a record player, and we hit the play button and it spins around and we can listen to music. Okay, I have some in that room over there. Sometimes those are called vinyls. Sometimes they're called vinyl records. Sometimes they're called... There's a number. What is the number? Crap, I forget the number. 50, 60, 78, 66? I forget. Sometimes they're called records by themselves. I have that record. I have that Beatles record in the other room. I have a rare Japanese edition Beatles record. Yeah, I do. But I don't have anything to play it on, unfortunately. So that's how we use those words. Not as easy as you might have thought. Guys, make sure... Wow, there's an ambulance outside. Still a lot of ambulances going around. I'm in New York, so there are many cases of the virus here, and there are ambulances constantly. There's even one on a treadmill outside of my apartment building, and it just stays in one place. It doesn't even move. Just because they know I'm doing a live stream here, and they want to annoy me. Hey, he started the live stream. Start the treadmill. All right. Wee, wee, wee. How long is he going to do it? I don't know. Maybe an hour? All right. Keep going. Anyway, hopefully that's clear. Record, record, and recording. If you haven't already, make sure you hit like or the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and follow. And also, if you haven't already, check out my full English courses in the links in the description. All right.